Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today for Travel Talks. And I am really looking forward to bringing to you my Portugal cruise and hike for my Walking, Whining, Dining series of small group hosted tours that I have put together for April 6th to 25th of 22. So I hope you will settle in, relax, and start to dream about what it would be like to have this adventure together. I'm Diane Cook. I'm the owner and principal travel designer for Seven Seas to Sea Travel. I specialize in not so usual travel adventures and bucket list adventures. I've created my own unique series of hosted small group tours I call Walking, Whining, and Dining. In curating this special series, I've incorporated all my favorite ways to experience our world, working with my global partners to ensure each day we are living like locals, slowing down, active at a comfortable pace, experiencing and enjoying local food and wine or other local beverages of interest, all in comfort. My entire career, spanning over 37 years, has been in travel. 6 years ago, I left the corporate world of national retail travel companies to start my own niche business, set up to operate anywhere in the world at the end of an internet connection. I'm a world traveler, an entrepreneur, a business owner, adventurer, and I enjoy combining my favorite activities while taking in new places, experiences, and adventures. Thousands of people from all over the world plan a Camino adventure to Santiago de Compostela every year. For some, it's a pilgrimage. For others, it's a personal challenge or fitness goal. And for all, it's a bucket list item. In our first 12 days, we'll be slowing down and enjoying easy walking on the Portuguese Coastal Camino, covering the 125 kilometers through breathtaking scenery with incredible food, wine, and history. After our airport transfer from Porto, crossing into Spain, we arrived to this, our first night's accommodation at the Parador Conde de Gondomar, where we will take the rest of the day to ease into our adventure. You can stroll in the amazing gardens, or recover from the jet lag, or get to know your fellow travelers over a locally famous Albarino white wine and delicious shellfish late lunch or early dinner. We will enjoy comfort each night in superior accommodations, where possible, and always each room with its own bathroom. Relax and enjoy this little video to start to get you dreaming. For the next 12 days, we will be traveling along the same route. This is a self-guided experience, which means you can start your day whenever you like, stop anywhere you want, and go at your own pace. At times, you may want to be with your partner or a companion or on your own, or you might meet some new friends along the way. And I encourage you to embrace all of that. We will each have our own route maps and detailed directions, along with a 24/7 emergency contact number. Our luggage will be transported every morning to our next night's accommodation and waiting for us when we arrive. And we're off. The first day of walking, and we are going to ease into this wonderful adventure from Baiona to Nigran with only 6 kilometers today of coastal trail. This is wonderful, and I think taking the relaxed walking method is going to allow us to arrive with time and energy to sightsee and to explore and to, have a coffee along the way. We can really slow down without the pressure of having to knock off large kilometers each day. Saying all that, on our next day of walking to Vigo, this is going to be our longest walk of the entire 12 days. This is a 20-kilometer walk, and don't panic. I know I thought about that too, but I would say this is what I've come up with in my own mind. I will have in my day pack, I'll have some snacks, I'll have some protein bars, I'll have my bottle of water, of course, and I'm going to allow myself the grace to stop along the way. So maybe after 5 kilometers or, maybe after an hour, I stop, even if you have a seat on the ground, whatever, take the break you need. And then once you're all ready, continue on again and just break it into baby steps and we'll be able to get this done. So this is along some of the most beautiful sections of the Portuguese Coastal Camino with the coastal views as we arrive into the cruise port of Vigo. Now today, every day is going to start to be sort of similar to the one before. You get up, you enjoy your breakfast, put on your hiking shoes, and you head out for the day with everything you need in your day pack. So whether you have a rain poncho or your hat or your sunscreen or protein bars or an extra pair of socks or your walking poles, whatever you need, that's what you need to have with you. The rest of it, when you drop your suitcase at the front desk, that will be taken care of and you'll see it again when you arrive at your next night's accommodation. So today is 15 kilometers. So it's still longer than perhaps most of us walk in a day, but it is less than 20. So that's a good thing. And so another beautiful coast as we're starting to head inland here. Today's 8 kilometers is going to feel like a breeze now. And we will have wonderful time to explore Arcade, the historic sites, the beaches, the quaint squares and cafe. I can just see myself sitting here with a wonderful cappuccino and a cookie, just enjoying that afternoon sun. Now 12 kilometers today of walking, and we will be walking through chestnut groves and pine and eucalyptus woods. Can't you just smell that already? I am already so excited. I can't wait to actually be walking through that. And we'll be wandering through villages on the route, and we'll see the beautiful churches and the statues. Tonight, this is our amazing accommodation at the Padron Pontevedra. So this is definitely something to look forward to. 12 kilometers again today, and you just want to take your time, enjoy the views. You'll see the sheep farms, you'll see the farming. Maybe you stop and talk to a local farmer on the road. You'll have a conversation and live like the locals. Today's walk is 10 kilometers. And again, we're through the chestnut groves and the pine woods and eucalyptus. I can just imagine this already. A lovely 8-kilometer walk today. And after a 10-kilometer walk today, we'll arrive in Padron to this beautiful accommodation. I am already thinking about the swim in the pool at the end of this day, honestly. So we will cross the river Umia and the hot springs that have given the town its name since Roman times. The Camino trail takes us once again through the forests, climbing to the village of Santa Marina. And after a descent, we'll cross over the river before making our way through those forests to our final destination of Padron, believed to be the arrival point of the body of St. James when it was brought to Santiago de Compostela by ship. I am already looking forward to this swim. Today's walk is 12 kilometers. A lovely rolling terrain. We will really enjoy this as we're coming to the end. And today's last day of our hike is going to be a 13-kilometer walk, but look at what we get to enjoy tonight at this beautiful Parador, right in the square with the Basilica. This also includes a complimentary spa for each of us. So we will get to enjoy our accomplishment in great comfort. Now, this morning, after we have congratulated ourselves, I'm sure, well, last night with dinner and some good wine, we get to ease into the day. So we can ease in, enjoy breakfast before we all get together and meet for our transfer back from Santiago de Compostela to Porto, Portugal. So it's going to be approximately a 3-hour or so transfer back. And once we are in Porto, I'm sure I will find something to arrange for a special wine tasting so that we can spend our time well waiting until we can join our ship. So we're allowed to board our river cruise vessel at 5 p.m. So we'll want to make good use of our day and of course taste that amazing wine in the area. And I would like to find us some really unique and off the beaten path experiences here. So after we comfortably settle into our cabins on board, we'll get introduced to the crew at a welcome cocktail. After dinner, there'll be a presentation of our hiking program. And then in the evening, depending on the weather, we'll cruise to the mouth of the Douro River. And just to mention, this hiking program is a very unique experience. There's one sailing each year where there is this specific hiking program led by a certified mountain guide who puts this together for the Quasi Europe cruise. So it's a really unique program and everybody on board is like-minded like you, walkers and hikers. And you know, so a lot of, I think it's going to be an amazing adventure. I have just a little video here just to give you an idea of what you could expect.
Our journey begins in Porto, the second largest city in Portugal after the capital of Lisbon. But before visiting the city, we'll go for a trip up the river to explore the surrounding region and port wine country. The accommodations on board are perfect for providing comfort and complete security. Bright, spacious staterooms with panoramic windows, professional, smiling onboard staff, and our friendly atmosphere are waiting for you on one of our 4 vessels cruising the Douro River. It's time to lay back and relax on the sun deck and enjoy the wonderful landscape as we cruise. We'll explore a region famous for its winehouse producers, which is also the unique location for the production of port wine. The Douro occupies an important place in the local economy, providing transportation from the vineyards in the east to the city of Porto by the Atlantic Ocean. Over the next few days, we'll discover many areas of the Douro Valley. Incredible, rich historical sites await you, including the Baroque Palacio de Mateus in Vila-real. The medieval part of the city of Guimarães has been remarkably well preserved, and it's here that we can visit the birthplace of Afonso Henriques, the first king of Portugal. This is a religious country rich in sacred sites devoted to religious meditation, such as the sanctuary of Nossa Senhora dos Remedios in Lamego. And in Braga, we admire the 12th century cathedral and Bom Jesus do Monte Church, which is one of the most spectacular in the region. After the enriching experience in the rich Douro Valley, it's time to immerse ourselves into the lively ambiance of the city of Porto. With its colorful houses, its sloped streets, and its picturesque public squares, you will enjoy discovering what this charming town has to offer. A stroll through the narrow streets offers memorable views of local architecture and unique shops. Close to the Cordo Aria Gardens, the Torre des Clerigos is the highest bell tower in the country. And the Palacio da Bolsa is a neoclassical jewel filled with treasure. The local dining experience can be tasted at the many available restaurants offering the most delicious local culinary specialties, along with some fine port wine. This will complete a memorable quasi-Europe vacation.
So a little bit about this unique cruise and hike Douro River cruise. We'll be gliding along through the heart of authentic Portugal and exploring beautiful and unspoilt areas such as the Douro Nature Park and the Portuguese vineyards. Our hiking and walking programs will offer you the opportunity to contemplate the natural beauty of these magical places, far from the hustle and bustle of city life. This cruise is ideal for us that love nature and amazing scenery. So this is the itinerary of the river cruise down the Douro River. Now, on board, you can choose between a walking and the non-walking program. What I will do for our group is sign everybody up as walkers, because this is very limited space. It is, as a walker, you can choose not to walk one day. So if there's a particular wine tasting or something you want to do, or maybe you want to do nothing, or you want to, spend some time on Wi-Fi and catch up on your emails, you can choose to do that. But as a non-walker, you can't switch over to the walking program. So I'm just going to sign us all up as walkers, and then you have total flexibility to do what you want. Pretty much everything is included during this wonderful river cruise. And now, on our first full day on board, so after we cruise out the night before, just for a scenic harbor cruise, we'll come back and dock in Porto. So the next morning, we'll head out together on a guided tour of Porto. So even though we've landed at the airport in Porto, then we've whisked ourselves away to Spain for our Camino walk, come back to Porto, maybe tasted a bit of wine before we get on board our vessel. We have this morning now to really enjoy and see Porto. So it won't be a repeat. We'll get all the history and see all the must-see things from our guide as they lead us on this tour. Afternoon, we will sail towards Regua, and just from the top of the sun deck, as you saw in that video, there is nothing more relaxing than just sitting up there gliding by and watching daily life unfold on either side. Tonight on board, you will be free to either enjoy an evening or dancing, or go for a stroll in the city, or if you are just ready for an early night, you can do that too. This morning, the hikers program is going to hike to Provençade, We are going to wind our way up through the low brush and the green forest, rolling hills to one of the oldest villages in Portugal, Provaçade. This is going to be about a 2.5 to 3 hour hike, and it's approximately 7 kilometers long and an elevation gain of about 320 meters. The non-hiking program choice for today is a trip to the Villa Real, and they will stroll through the beautiful gardens of the Matus Palace. I am sure there's a few of us here who remember some Matus experiences from our college days, but what a wonderful garden that is to just roam through. Back on board this afternoon, we will sail through the very heart of the most famous vineyards of Porto, and tonight we'll enjoy an evening of entertainment on board after dinner. Today, everyone on the ship will enjoy a guided tour of Salamanca. This is listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. At the end of the afternoon, we'll all return back to the vessel to enjoy an evening of flamenco entertainment. The hikers program today is going to take us to the Vulture's Cliff. This hike begins in a wild mountainous setting with magnificent panoramic views of the Douro River and Spain. We'll enjoy a picnic lunch, and this hike is going to be approximately 3 hours long, about 8 kilometers, with about 530 meters of elevation gain. The non-hikers are going to be able to choose an excursion to a castle, and we'll all return on board this afternoon to sail to Senhora de Ribeira. Tonight is going to be our gala evening and dinner on board. And on the river cruises, especially this one in particular, there is no need for sequins and, really nice clothes. Really, your hiking clothes, will be the clothing of the day. So by gala dinner, don't get too excited. If you have one nice blouse to put with a pair of capris or a skirt or something like that, you'll be fine. Today's hiking program, we're going to hike through the vineyards. We're going to discover a real paradise where nature has been protected. We'll enjoy a wonderful picnic lunch again, and the length of this hike is approximately 4 hours. It's a little longer at 14 kilometers, and it's approximately a 500-meter descent. That will be nice. The non-hikers program today is the Wines of Porto excursion. This could tempt me almost to pass on the walk, but we'll see. With a tasting of Porto wines. Then once we're all back on board, we'll cruise again to Batitos, and we'll reach this in the evening, where we will enjoy an evening of photo entertainment on board after dinner. Today, we will be spending our morning hiking along the banks of the Douro River to its estuary. There will be breathtaking views of the city and the ocean. This is going to be a wonderful hike of about 2 to 2.5 hours, 8 kilometers on flat level ground. The non-hikers program today is going to be an excursion to the birthplace of Portugal in the 12th century. And tonight, back on board after dinner, we'll enjoy a lovely evening of traditional folk entertainment. This is our last day. This morning, after one last buffet breakfast together, we'll disembark around 9 a.m. And this will take us to the end of our tour. So those of us heading to the airport, catching our flights home, we can do that. There may be some in our group that are continuing on, spending more time in Portugal or Spain or the continental Europe. We'll all head off in our own directions, but we will have had amazing memories together, and just embracing the challenges that each of us set before ourselves and accomplished. What a wonderful adventure to share. I do hope you will consider joining me on this journey, and please invite your friends too. To give you an idea of the details and pricing, I've added this slide in here just to start the conversation. I have purposely included as much as possible. There are only a few dinners on our hike, lunches every day on the Camino that are not included, airfare, insurance, pre or post hotels. Those items of a personal nature are not included, but I have tried to make this as inclusive as possible. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me this afternoon. I hope I've given you something to think about. Such a unique adventure to be able to combine a Camino walk and a Douro River cruise. Please don't hesitate to give me a call, send me an email. Let's connect and have a conversation. This is also, I'm just going to add one more point, a great way to get a Camino walk. And if that is on your bucket list and you don't have time to spend 40 days hiking across northern Spain, let's have a conversation and see what we can do. Thank you again. Take care. See you next week.